everyone. I'm so glad to be with you here again for Meditation Monday. And today I wanted to focus a little bit on beliefs and how our beliefs tend to affect us, that they're truly at the core and the foundation of our life experience because they are the filter through which we think and feel and therefore exist. So I've been thinking a little bit about this because I've been working with people who are really in pain right now because of some core beliefs that they have about themselves. And this is the case for all of us, right? We all have beliefs that we hold about who we are, the kind of person we are, where we fall short in our own minds of who we want to be, and where we might actually have really positive areas that support and build the foundation for the vision of who we want to be in all these positive ways. We're complicated, and as humans we have all of these internal parts of ourselves, these different aspects, and sometimes they work really harmoniously and sometimes they're directly in conflict with one another. So I've really been thinking recently about kind of these core fundamental beliefs that we hold about ourselves in terms of who we are. And so I wanted to lead you all through an exercise today that is related to this, where we'll take a look at some of these beliefs, perhaps even just one. And then we're also going to do a meditation that is an ancient chant. And so I'll just naturally move into that during our meditation experience, and then we'll flow with that, which has a beautiful message that's really about us not needing to work in any way to be of value, and to really get to that place of knowing that just in being that we are enough, that by being born here, by breathing, by having life, that we are enough and matter to exist and hopefully thrive. So hopefully we'll explore some belief that as we give it some love and care, as negative as you may have experienced it, as we give it some love and care, we're going to work with just softening that up a little bit and seeing what happens when we ourselves respond to our system in love. And then we'll move into this mantra that essentially holds a spirit of really knowing our worth and standing in the belief that we don't have to be anything that is of other people's expectations or beliefs in order to truly be of value. So that said, go ahead and just get comfortable where you're sitting. And you may want to sit with something that supports your back. And just get comfortable. If you need a little more grounding today, perhaps you want to place your feet on the floor. And go ahead and just close your eyes as you relax and get comfortable. And with your eyes closed in a relaxed state, let's just tune in with our breath. So go ahead and take a nice deep inhale, pausing slightly at the top. And exhaling through the mouth. And a second inhale. And a third breath, all of us together. And just tuning into your system right now. And just scanning your body internally, seeing if there are any areas of tension, any areas of holding, any areas that you can just bring a little attention to that might feel a little different than the rest of your body. And just breathing into whatever it is that's there. And now just getting comfortable in your being, that we're going to ask your internal system if there are any core beliefs that you're holding about yourself that might be holding you back or negative in some way. So just tuning in and feeling if that experience is bringing up any fears or concerns. As we embark on this question of if your system's holding any limiting beliefs about you, and if there are any fears or concerns, just seeing if that fear or concern can give you a little room to explore this question. Just asking it to give you a little space, kind of stepping back if it needs to kind of sit off to a side of you and just watch this process. Just letting it know that the fear can be here, but just asking that it give us a little room so that we can work with this part and help this part of us, this aspect that might have a limiting belief about who you are at your core. And I'm just going to give you a moment of silence to ask this question internally and see what you receive in response. Do I have a limiting belief or a negative belief that might be helpful to look at today? And as this belief responds to you, just showing you what it is, if it feels right, go ahead and just thank your internal system for bringing this up, for you to explore a little in this day. And just noticing how that part of you responds as it feels your attention turning toward it in gratitude for just showing up and being here with us. And as you look at this aspect of yourself that is perhaps limiting or negative in terms of its belief about who you are, just turn your care toward this part. Just kind of letting it know that you're curious about it and want to be with it. To just understand a little more. And perhaps you already have a hunch, or perhaps you haven't really met this limiting belief yet. So in curiosity about it, just getting a little more information perhaps and asking it when it started or where it came from. And I'll give you a moment of silence to be with this, understanding when it started or where it came from, this limiting belief about yourself. And again, just extending some compassion on this part of you that's been carrying this limiting belief. And really appreciating where it came from. That it's giving you some information about this. And really extending your care toward it. For giving us some of this information. And just tuning in now to, well, first of all, just ensure that you've extended some gratitude toward this limiting belief and really appreciating that it's provided us with some information. And just reassuring it that we're going to continue being with this part, this aspect of ourselves, this belief. But right now, we're going to just take a moment to really tune in to who you are at your core, to your inner wisdom, to your truth, to the knowing that you hold around your desire to give and receive love, to give and receive care. Tuning in to the wisdom that you are, to the feeling of a royalty that you hold by just being you. And in this wisdom, you're able to look from a different perspective at this limiting belief that revealed itself to you. And you're able to really see how that belief is not you, but that this wise part of you actually has the capacity and capability to be able to hold and have compassion on this part that took on this limiting belief about who you are. And again, from this place, really caring for and about this part of you that took on the limiting belief. But right now, really just getting that you understand this limiting belief, and that you also really get that this is not who you are, but rather just a part, just an aspect that's been there. Really extending that knowing and that care and compassion on this limiting belief from the place in you that's wise and loving. And from here, we're really going to ground into the wise part of us. And we're going to begin an internal chant. Om Bhavam Namah. Om Bhavam Namah. And this chant acknowledges that we are already absolute existence, united with that existence, united with what's true in our universe, the qualities of love, and that you need do nothing to be your true self, but rather just ground into that which is true and is you. So let us reside there now in that wisdom, that love and compassion as we spend the next 5 minutes chanting Om Bhavam Namah. And I'll remind you of the chant once or twice. So go ahead in your own mind, really holding the wisdom of this, that you need do nothing to be your true self, but that wisdom and love is within. Calling upon this with Om Bhavam Namah. Om Bhavam Namah. Om Bhavam Namah. Om Bhavam Namah. Tuning into your true self, that you need do nothing to know that you are love, you are wisdom. Om Bhavam Namah. Om Bhavam Namah. Be your inner wisdom, allowing it to be flexible, allowing for change, allowing for new love, allowing for new sight. Om Bhavam Namah. Opening your heart to you. Om Bhavam Namah. And just tuning back into your body with your breath. Tuning into your breath. Allowing this moment to bring you back to your wisdom, to your truth, to being in love with yourself. And as you tune back into where you are right now, you can take your time to open your eyes. You can continue with the mantra if you'd like. Om Bhavam Namah. And I hope that this meditation and this mantra have brought you some insight, have brought you some peace, have brought you some self-love. And it's so my pleasure to be with you all in these experiences. Please feel free to share with me if there are meditations on topics that you'd like in particular, if there's a type of meditation that you would like to engage in with me on Mondays. And I wish you all so much goodness and connectedness to yourself and to love in this week. Blessings.